Hi people and hello my Chili Con Carnage crew, it's Chili here for a 5-minute review on Sevendust's newest album, Truth Killer. Sevendust.
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
I remember when they had a few hits, but geez, that was like 20 years ago. Are they still relevant? It feels like they weren't even relevant in their heyday. I don't know anyone at school who had heard of them, let alone liked their music. Now, I'll admit they did a few decent tracks back in the day, but the band always seemed a bit too generic at a time when generic alt metal was at its precipice. Fast forward to today, and we have Truth Killer, their 14th album, and will this be the effort to win me over? Well, let's hear that first song. What in the world was this Falling in Reverse knockoff song? It's horrible. I mean, seriously, just listen to it again. That is horrendous, and I don't know why the band felt it was necessary to change their style so much to include this as the first track. It's vastly different to everything I've ever heard by Sevendust, and I don't think it signals a change in style for what is coming up on the album. In fact, it sounds nothing like any of the music found on the rest of the album. It's too long to be considered an intro piece and vastly different to the rest of the album. So what is the purpose of this song? Seriously, I genuinely don't know. Well look, we'll disregard it for now, but let's talk about the other single, Fence, the last track of this album. It's interesting enough with a fast pace and a decent enough riff, but I couldn't help but shake the notion it sounds familiar to another artist. Underlying synths heard throughout with the staccato riffs, everything about this track, it just reminds me of Static X, a band that perfected their own style, unlike Sevendust. This song was okay for me, but not great. And this lead single kind of sums up how I feel about the album. The rest of this record is pretty much just a knockoff of what is going on in the current metal scene, just with Sevendust doing their approach within it. There is still a hint of the band underneath it all, but at the end of the day, you're trying to play little knockoff tunes from bands that have done it or made it famous. It just seems so unusual, I guess. I mean, here is a band that almost has their own sound, and then they're just applying it to today's metal sound and failing miserably. Now, of course, in a world of finite chords and limited distortion pedals, it wouldn't be fair to say that they are the only ones writing music that sounds like insert band name here, but this is just dull listening. As I said, the band are playing catch up to the current sound while retaining their older selves, and it's admirable, but it's not enthralling. In preparation for this episode, I listened to this album at least twice, which is 2 more times than I care to in hindsight. A lot of older bands have tried the newer style of metal with breakdowns, and it never really worked for me, so maybe that's some of my fault. But I feel like Sevendust could really make it work as long as they immerse themselves a bit more into that style, because their older material felt somewhat of a precursor to the scene. Overall, I would give this album a score of 500,000 chilies on the spicy scale, and no songs really stood out to me. Well, maybe Fence, but I guess I'm sitting on it deciding whether if it's worthy. No, I don't think I'll ever be a fan of Sevendust, and even when I got their 2001 album Animosity back in the day, it wasn't something I played for longer than the first week I got the album. And this is the same. I don't care about the band's generic assimilation into the current metal scene, and I doubt that this will be their last one to tread down this path. It might be your type of music, and that's fine, but it's not my type of music, and that's all I got to say on this record. I hope you've had a great day. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to us to find out more music related content, and as always people, you have a great day and stay spicy. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Live Listen Erased. And if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you share it with all your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our Chili Con Carnage crew so you can get notified for all the future videos that we put out, as we put out videos every Friday. Also, we are on Discord, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter over at Live Listen Erased, so make sure to tune in over there. And don't forget to like this video so that our manager can stay very happy.